Hi all. So in the previous video, we placed three squads on the map. We made a trigger for each for a corresponding button. We're going to look at this a little closer. One of the issues is that wherever your units are placed on the map using this current method, press start. So wherever I click on, they'll spawn where they're placed on the map and move to the waypoint. That's not necessarily a big issue, but there'll become times where you want to make a mission and you'll want to say, click here, and instead of them starting there, you want them to come in somewhere closer to where you click, rather than from exactly where they were placed. So for instance, you might have your map, another clip open, and you might achieve an objective or something, and the map might move up, and you don't want them to have to come from all the way back. You want to move them around. So we're going to look at how to do that. Just finish. So to do this, we're going to need some placeholders, some reference points. So first thing I'm going to do is bring up my map border so I can see where the border of the map is. Back to F3 mode. And I'm going to grab something called meter. So you can search for it. I have it right there, but there it is. I like to use this simply because you guys don't interact with it. So there's no contacts with it. It's basically, I believe, designed to be a visual guide so you can look at how high a meter is on the map when you're building maps. But because you don't interact with it, it makes the perfect point of reference. So I'm going to basically Control T and I'm going to give that a tag. I'm going to call it spawn point. Add that to it. And going to make a few of them. Highlight them all, Control T, add. Okay. Now, I'm going to place them along the back of the map here. And these will be points for which any of our squads can spawn from. And just for shits and giggles, we'll put one up there. Spread out there. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I've saved this as test 2. Not overriding my original file. Okay, so the active waypoint, I'm going to hold control and then click on that, and that turns it off. And instead of active the waypoint, I'm going to use placement command, which yeah, under other, add that. Now for selector, what are we in squad 1? So we're going to go advanced group, click the tag. Squad 1, we're going to include state of inactive. Also going to include player 0. Going to exclude state of dead. Leave that similar to what we did. Yep. Okay, so the same as what we did for waypoint, only we're using a placement command. This time we're going to go the target. So we were using waypoint 0 there. So my target will be, it won't just be waypoint 0, it's going to be here in advanced. I'm going to group, I'm going to select the tag spawn point. I'm going to the amount of 1, and I'm going to right click on then go sort. Going to go the nearest to waypoint 0. Okay, and I'm going to clone. Click OK. And clicking on that, I'm going to hold Alt and use the arrow key to move that up next to, or just below the active waypoint that we've turned off. Then pressing Start. That was squad 1 we did. And now spawn there and move. So you can call them in any of those points. Even this one on the map. So that gives us a lot more flexibility how we do things. So at any point I could have one of these points up here, say. You could have a zone there, you capture it. It could be named something else, but as soon as you capture that zone, you could then call it spawn point using command, and then you could call in your guys from there. So it gives you a lot more flexibility with how you call your units in using this method. Okay. Also, we can, while we're playing, we can see them points. We can easily turn them off and still keep them acting correctly. Do that. Simply select them. And in their properties box, we're just going to untick discovered. We start again. They're actually disappeared. They're invisible, but they are still fully active. Turn them on, and let's just Alt-T to highlight tags. Yeah. That's that one. Here I'm just quickly updating those other two triggers with the placement command for the other two squads that we call in. I'm just using Notepad++ to quickly do that. Quick test. And we can see that that just works fine. Exactly as we expect it should. Okay. Sometimes you might find the guy will just sit there. That tends to happen at any particular point. Usually the fix is just move that a little bit. See if that... Sometimes they just get glitched on a spot on the map for some reason. Whether it's got something to do with being right on a... where the vectors join or something, I have no idea, but it happens. Alright.